What's up, everyone? So I figured I should probably make a video at some point because it's been a little while, and I suppose I could have made the Aquaman review, but how many of you are actually going to watch it? I mean, how many of you are actually going to watch this? But hey, I mean, it's something. So today I wanted to talk about depression, and I'm always terrible at starting videos. I don't really go by a script, I just kind of think of it as I go. It's kind of hard when the camera's on and now it's staring at me in the face. Now think of something. It'll come to me. One sec. Okay, so a lot of people out there, you know, Dr. Phil and others out on TV or internet, just people in general, really, no one specific. They like to get on people's case for not getting a job or not doing this or that, and you know, they're all depressed and stuff. And what they don't seem to understand is that depression is not a choice, okay? People are born with depression, and it's biological in your brain. It's scientific. It's not a thought process. You're born with it. You can't choose it. It's just there. It's like cancer or anything else in your brain. That's how you're wired. So depression is not an on and off switch. It is there. It's like a disease in your brain. Can't go away. All you can do is maintain it and try to think around it, or whatever you do. So the thing is, though, in order to live your life, pull your own weight, go get a job, blah blah blah, you kind of need to start with the place of motivation. Okay, why? Like, one thing is that the one worry about getting a job is that it's going to consume your whole life, and that's all you're going to do is just work and home, maybe church on Sunday if you're into that, and then that's it. That's your whole life until you die. Is that really it? You know, is that all? Is there anything more to life than just that? The other thing is like motivation. Well, that's kind of what I just covered. You know, you gotta start with, because a lot of these people, I used to be there myself, they just want to be okay with being alive in the first place. They just don't want to be suicidal. They don't want to be backed into a corner. So they can't exactly do much at this current stage in life, and the more you get on their case or whatever, the more you're pushing them into that corner, the more they're going into defense mode, the more they want to escape instead of deal with the situation you're trying to make them deal with. So what you need to do is, first of all, give them some space in that regard. Just let them come around when they come around. They just need some breathing room. They need some time. They need to be okay with life. They need to not be suicidal. Okay? That's one thing. Second of all, or actually this should probably be the first step, is tackle it like it is, because it's scientifically proven. It's in your brain. It's a chemical imbalance in your brain you're born with. So in order to you have to tackle that for probably first and foremost, like whether it be meds or if you want to do the natural way with like vitamins or whatever, just whatever works for you, just tackle that, because it's a medical condition. So do that, and also give them space, and so they can be okay with just living life, and show them, instead of, oh, I need to prepare you for the real world, the real world doesn't care about your feelings, blah 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 blah, you know, blah blah blah, you're gonna end up blah 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 blah. Don't do that. First of all, none of that's necessarily true. I mean, you're gonna be fine if you go into the real world. No one's like, you know, it's not a war zone. You're gonna be, it's fine. Okay? Second of all, yeah, the world can be scary at times, and for that reason, they need a support system at home. You can't train them where they are, and just, it's like ping pong or some other analogy, I don't know, back and forth. It's like everyone hates you, everyone's on your case, You need a support system at home. Home is a place of refuge, a place of love. It's like, listen, son, whatever, or daughter, whatever happens out there in the world. Wait, wasn't me. There's sirens outside. Whatever happens out in the real world, however much you get beat up, whoever beats, whatever the thing is, you always have a place to come home to, a place of support, a place of refuge, a place of love. We got you. We have your back. You have a place here among us. We are behind you. Now go and make us proud. They need a support at home, a place to sort of recharge your batteries, so to say. That's also another important step. So, yeah, those 3 or 4, what were the things? Tackle it medically with like meds or whatever you need to do. Give them space, help them be okay with living, and a support system at home. Another crucial thing, if not similar, is what was I gonna say? Show them that life is worth living. It's like, especially if you're their parent, you're the one who brought them into this world. It is your job, among other things, to teach them that, show them how life is worth living. Show them, prove it to them, like, what comes with it. Like, if you go out and get a job, your life's going to get better because X, Y, and Z, and life is much more than just having a job. It's not going to consume your life. There's so much more out there. Show them what life is all about. Lead by example, because if you're depressed and whatnot, how does that help them? Like, they see your life's gone to crap when you're doing what you're telling them to do. They're like, do I really want to become that? You know what I mean? So lead by example, show them and tell them how life is worth it, and it's much more than just going and having a job. Because it seems like that's kind of what it seemed like to me for a while, and still sort of does, is like, what, you go get, okay, so you get a job, and now you have to be flexible, you have to show them that you're worthy to be kept on, and you have to prove yourself, blah 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 blah. You have to keep up with your ever-changing schedule, so now it's just work. Like, your life revolves around work. What more is there? It's like you want to actually live life, so show them how to do that and why. Oh yeah, another very important thing that might be a roadblock, even if it's not the depression and ill motivation, blah blah blah. Another thing is, like, pull your own weight, blah blah blah. Okay, how? Aside from getting a minimum wage job, what do I do? And how do I avoid getting into loads of debt? Because, what, do I go to college or something? But then I need a bunch of student loans hanging over my head for the rest of my life? Now I have to owe a whole bunch of people things, and that's scary. Being in debt is scary to someone who's anxious and depressed, because it's like there's no escape from it. It's like then the only escape from it seems to be killing yourself, because it's like, I don't want that over my shoulders. I'm scared of adult life. Okay, like everyone grows up at their own pace. I've been scared of adult life forever now, and I'm still, like, I'm not gonna give away my age on the internet. But, like, I still kind of am, but I'm slowly adjusting, and I think, they need to, everyone, it takes time. There's no gold rush as soon as you turn 18. Oh my gosh, we gotta get you out of the house, blah, 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 or else this will happen. No, there's no countdown, okay? You have so many years on this planet, you're gonna be fine. They're gonna be fine. Just let them develop, let them, everyone grows at their own pace, everyone has their own time for different things. Just let them grow into their time, and help them along the way. Teach them what they need to know. How the frick do I pay taxes? What the heck is this and that? What's Social Security? What's credit? How do I blah 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 blah? How do I actually get a good job with living wages? I still don't know all that crap. Case in point, just you gotta teach them these things. I wish school would, but since they don't, parents, you just do your job. So you gotta teach them, not only get on their case and don't get on their case at all, preferably, but it's like you're getting on their case, but you're not even telling them how. I'm sure a lot of you are, but still don't get on all over their case is the thing. You know, you're just pushing them further into a corner. You want them to want to come out of their shell, to come out and do that. So that's just my little rant / advice / whatever you want to call it, from personal experience. Being one of those depressed people who are stuck in a rut, I know these are the things you need. So you need, one, you need to tackle it at the medical source, because it's a scientifically proven brain function. It's not a thought process. It's actually there in your brain. You're born with it. It's a chronic condition, and unless you have it, you can't know what it's like. So stop trying to relate and pretend like you can switch it off. If you've never been through it, how the frick would you know? You don't. So get off of their case, because you don't know what it's like. You know, Dr. Phil and other people out there that I'm sure exist, but I can only think of Dr. Phil for some reason. Yeah, I swear, he was talking to this one dude. He's like, I don't know if the discussion was about him being depressed or not. It was about him not wanting to go to college or something. It's like, you don't need to go to college, blah, blah, blah. But if you're going to be in this world, you need to pull your own weight. It's like, what do you mean if you're going to be in this world? What is that? Does he have a choice? What, is he going to kill himself? Is he going to blast off to Mars? What do you mean if he's going to be in this? He's here. He was born. He doesn't have a choice. He's in this world, whether he likes it or not. And that's something you got to understand about those people. About us people, is that, you know, everyone's born and they don't have a choice of being here, so you got to let them come around to enjoying it and having motivation in order to get to that point that you want them to be at. You got to show them. Anyway, back to the list. I'm going to get back to that. So, number one is tackle it medically, since it's a chronic condition, like I said. Like meds or whatever it is that works, vitamins, whatever. Step 2, give them some space. Just let them be. It takes time for them to come around. Just let them be. 3 is lead by example. Tell them and show them that life is much more than just a job, that life is worth living, and how good it is to have a job, and the things you can do when you have one and stuff, aside from just going to it. Like what is life all about? What is the motivation for living? Show them all that. And 4th, was there a 4th? I keep forgetting. It's like goes hand in hand with the previous one. It almost seems like. Oh yeah, support system. Support, you know, encourage them and support them. Be like, you know what, we have your backs no matter what. You always have a home to come to. We are here for you. Like, prepare them for the real world, but don't be the real world in order to, you know what I mean? Like, don't be like a drill sergeant and get on their case. Like, I'm trying to train you for, no. Just tell them what to expect ahead of the road and be there with them along for the ride, or be behind them to support them. Don't push them. Just let them do it, but be there to show them how, and be there to catch them if they fall. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. That's how you help somebody who's stuck in a rut with depression. I mean, I'm not necessarily an expert, but I'd like to consider that I have at least some merit in all of this because of my personal experience with being that person. For the longest time, not getting a job, being depressed and anxious, and even nowadays, sometimes I kind of have mental breakdowns, or like cry before I have to work or something. Like one time, or a couple times, it's been kind of bad, and I've had panic attacks at work or whatever. Because there's also that thing that comes with work, like the high expectation, like they don't care about you. You're just a, what's the word, quota or whatever. Like, just fill the job, do it, or you're fired, kind of thing. Like, like there's that whole high expectations weight on you. And you're still just trying to be okay with life and being an adult and stuff. So there, again, there has to be motivation there, because you can't just show up to work and, you know, like if you have zero motivation for living in the first place, you're depressed out of your mind. What are you gonna be like at work? You're not gonna do that great of a job. It does, you know, your chronic depression does affect a lot. So you need to tackle all that stuff before, and you know what I mean. So yeah, there is that way. So another thing could help, but I don't want to be responsible for whatever mayhem may ensue, is just maybe look for, like, kind of be picky about what job you can get. Like okay, I'm gonna get something that's slow paced. And for those of you who are going through actually, I could make a separate video for that, because I need more content on my channel. And you probably don't want to see like 20-30 minute videos, so maybe I'll get to all that later. But anyway, yeah, and know that it's not, I'll just say this though, it's not, jobs aren't this scary thing. It's just a thing you do during the day. It's just, you know, you're gonna be fine. It's not like, you know, if you have to quit for your mental health or whatever, it's understandable. You know, don't worry about, oh, future jobs are gonna not never hire you again. You just ruin your whole life because of this one little temporary thing. You know, it's don't overthink it. You know, it's just a job. It's just a thing you do during the day or whatever. It's like it's a two-way street. You know what I mean? Like, you fill their quota or whatever you call it, and they need someone to do, you know, so it's like a business. I'll get to all that later. So anyway, thank you for watching. If you wanted to watch and you stuck around anyway, sorry if this was a weird video and not usual, but I just felt like I wanted to say it. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, take this with a grain of salt. I'm not an expert, but again, I've experienced it, and I think this stuff really can help. So I don't know, you're on my channel, man. Watch or don't, I don't care. Alright, see you later. Goodbye.